Vince Young is in the house, one of the best athletes in Texas football history and one of the best college football quarterbacks ever. We're going to talk about that next level, the NFL, because we're seeing some college schemes now utilized at the next level. But I want to find out what you're doing back here in Austin. You are taking classes on the 40 acres. Why did you decide to take classes right now?
It's something I want to do to finish up school, and you know, when I was here, I did all those hours and left school early, and always wanted to finish. So,
well, when you were originally on campus, I know you'd probably walk around and everyone would recognize you, want to take pictures. You were always really cool about that. We got a different generation now. What's it like being on campus? Do they recognize you? Do they know who you are?
It's somewhat.
I would hope.
Most likely, that's a lot of people. So, you know, sometimes I'll check my Twitter and I'll see some guy or some young lady. I just walk by Vince Young, wow. Or I've seen a couple of people have been driving and literally stop and back up. So it's different, but it's also cool, and also, you know, giving the kids and different players and athletes motivation. If they do leave early, make sure you come back and finish.
And TJ Ford's also taking classes. You guys studying together at all?
No, not yet. I have AJ, me and AJ, Abraham basketball, me and him have a couple of classes together, and some of the young guys, but no, not TJ. Man, that's one of my close friends, so we do hang out a little bit and laugh and joke.
I know one guy you may run into is David Ash, because David taking classes, of course, but let's focus on what he did on the football field. He had a pretty good sophomore season. What stood out to you?
Just to see a little bit more confident in the offense and got more comfortable with his teammates and things like that. But as you see, you just got to take it one play at a time, which he is doing. He has some ups and downs, but I really feel like he's adjusting well.
Do you like when he does this? He uses his feet a little bit?
You always. I really feel like, when you're a quarterback, one of the things that Coach Fisher taught me in your 2-minute helps guys win ball games, but sometimes you use your feet to extend the play and get your butt out of bounds and get down.
Yeah. Well, one of the guys you did learn from was Major Applewhite. I remember when you were redshirting as a freshman, you would call Major up and say, hey, I just got a question about this, got a question about that. As a teacher, what does he provide to a quarterback?
I was a young guy. I was getting all the plays down and getting the detail down, but I really felt like I needed more tutoring, more coaching with it. So myself and Coach McCoy, we used to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning with Applewhite, and we used to go over, review the things that Coach Davis wants to do. So I really feel like Applewhite is a very intelligent guy, and he taught me a lot, and I really do appreciate what he did for me.
Well, being a Texas quarterback, how can he help David Ash, knowing that he's been there?
Well, one thing is, I really feel like Applewhite is one of them guys that can relate to a different generation and understand how guys function, how guys play, and he's open. So when you have a guy that's open to open to anything that helps the team wins, I really feel like that's a big key for us. So for Applewhite to do that, to go in and see what this guy loves and what brings kind of offense around him a little bit, I really respect that, because when I was watching the game down at the Alamo Go, they really had a good time. You can see the big difference already into the game.
Well, if you know Major, he is blunt.
Yes, he is very blunt.
He will tell you how he feels. There's no sugarcoating, and I'm sure the players are going to enjoy that. Now, have you talked to David Ash or any of the other quarterbacks or players? Say, hey, let's go out there and throw it around.
Actually, I haven't seen David Ash yet. I'm still looking for him, but
You trying to hunt him down?
Yeah, hunting him down. I seen McCoy. We have a class together, and the two younger guys, Harold Swoops and my other guy,
Jalen Overstreet.
Overstreet, yeah. So I think the rest of the day, I think they're going to start really getting into afternoon throws, so I get a chance after I get out of class to come out there and be a part of that.
Maybe teach them a little bit about the zone read. We're going to see the zone read at the Super Bowl this Sunday. Colin Kaepernick and San Francisco, not the only team to utilize it at the NFL, but maybe the most consistent or most successful, considering they're playing in the big game. Vince, I remember, you were at Texas and you ran this thing to perfection. Everyone said, it's great, it works in college, it's never going to work in the NFL. Why has it worked?
One of the things that makes it work is your tight end.
Okay.
Definitely your offensive line.
So Vernon Davis helps out.
He helps out a lot, because once you go one-on-one with these guys and try to put an extra man in the box, okay, now you have Crabtree wide open. Now you have Vernon Davis over. So it takes
Randy Moss.
You got Randy Moss over. So you have to still pay attention to what's going on. It puts a lot on the defensive coordinator. But when you have a quarterback that can make these type of great decisions, what handing the ball off to Gore or sometimes taking it off and reading that defensive end. It puts a lot on the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, I remember Greg Davis, the offensive coordinator for Texas, when you were here. He said, this is not as easy as just running. There are reads and there are keys. What are the keys to running the zone read successfully?
It's just, just being patient with it and understanding what the defense is trying to do. Sometimes they have a running back overlap over the top to try to stop you, and that's something you have to read. And one of the things that we used to do was pretty good, that we had guys like Jonathan Scott and Justin Blaylock used to bite down and then return and get that guy for us and then open that hole up for us. So there's different, techniques and schemes that we have to make sure that play really, really opened up like we wanted to.
Oh, you were saying when we got in here, you like the studio, you like our digs, right?
Yeah,
we spend some money on this. We don't spend money necessarily on other things as we go to our demo board right now.
That's coming.
This is probably before your era. I remember this is how we played video games when I was a kid. Thank God we have EA and all that stuff now, but it still can be useful to kind of show and break down this zone read. So we're going to do that right now. We've got you with Ricky Williams. We got Colt McCoy as a free safety. We got all sorts of things going on here, but kind of take us through what you're looking at as a quarterback when you run this play.
It's just basically our outside guy. If you have a guy overloading, you bring the safety down and you see that.
So we'll say this is Vernon Davis because this is Kaepernick and that's Vernon. So
right.
What's the key?
The scheme techniques, you got your tackles biting down on this guy, and you want him to come down because we have an extra guy. So we're not going to really pull that because we got an extra guy right there. So one-on-one. So you have this guy on this side, and usually he'll break off. And that's where the hole at because it's more overloaded to this side. And there's less guys on that side. So you got a pretty good chance that your running back will do some really big things with that.
And you had some good running backs that did that at Texas. Let's kind of shift towards the 49ers now because they do run it, the zone read, a little differently, and it starts with the formation, the pistol. So show us the difference in there's your pistol right now. What are the Niners going to try and accomplish with this?
Well, the Niners, they kind of use a slot formation, and they use a motion for the tight end to draw back into the backfield. And they use him as an extra blocker. So when you have Kaepernick, the type of talent he has, and definitely the running back Gore in the backfield, we are reading this guy here as well. That's coming off the edge.
That would happen with Coach Brown all the time.
Exactly.
They fall over. So, don't worry about that.
So we got these two guys, and when if you're a man defense, you want to run these guys off the field, run them off down the field because they playing man, they're not paying attention to what's going on back here.
They got their back to you.
Right, so you're making a pretty much good read, and this guy slammed down on him, and this guy's coming around for an extra blocker, extra guy, and you got you.
So your first read is this guy right here?
Yeah, we're basically reading this end, the guy right here. So if he takes me, if he takes the running back, then I keep it, and if he takes, the running back, if he takes me, here you got your guy splitting and doing the same thing I'm doing.
And just finding a lane in there somewhere, right?
So a lot of people teach that. Some guys teach it the zone coming over back to the left side, and you got also some guys be more patient because you got him in the backfield. It's a little bit more patient to get him backing through that hole. So I really feel like the 49ers are doing a great job with that play.
Yeah, they are. You ran it to perfection in college. I don't know if Kaepernick's run it to perfection. He's run it pretty well. What do you like about Colin?
I had a chance to meet Kaepernick when I was playing in Philly, one of our games that we did lose to, and I got a chance to talk to him after the game. Really tall guy, made me look up to him a little bit.
Really?
But just
you were looking up to him?
Yeah, he's a big kid. So just to see, just the respect that him coming up to me, saying I used to watch you all the time back in college and as well as in the NFL, the respect that he has for me is the same that I'm gonna give to him, and I'm really very impressed about him. And it all takes, when you put hard work into it and you stay patient and the things he's doing and how the team is gasping around him, it's a beautiful thing. So
well, hopefully this will be the last NFL game that for the next couple of years without Vince Young in the league. I know you're working hard to get back there, but before we talk about you a little bit, who do you like in this game? Do you like the Ravens or the Niners?
It's kind of tough. It's going to be a defensive game. So, I'm real close to a lot of guys on the Baltimore team, from Ed Reed to Ray Lewis to Jacoby Jones. Who name for a lot of the guys on the Baltimore team I'm very close with. And
Niners got a good defense too.
And they got pretty close with some of the guys, with Terrell Brown and the guys as well. So, and Patrick Willis. So I just really respect that the defense, how good they are playing, and it opens up their offense. And it's going to take Kaepernick and Falco to be very patient. when you're playing these type of defenses because they're not going to give you the big plays and all these different things. So you just got to take what they give you all the way to the fourth quarter. And when that score, when you look up, you want to hopefully be in front because it's going to take the last stop on defense to win that ball game.
Well, you're taking 16 hours, so you're obviously working your butt off in the classroom. I know you've been working extremely hard to make sure you're still in shape to get that opportunity. Do you feel like you're going to get that opportunity?
Yes, I always stay confident in that. I really feel like the things that I can do that can help a team and an organization, and as well as on the field and off the field, what I bring with my brand and things like that, I really feel like I can help out the organization any way they can. So I'm just sitting back, staying in shape, staying ready, because when the number is called, you have to be ready. So just staying confident about that.
Got to be ready to go.
You have to be ready.
Well, you can definitely teach the zone read. I know that.
Oh yes, they know I can. They know I got a little bit of that in my tank.
You can teach it and you can run it. VY, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate having me. Thanks
Good
for
to see
having me.
you.